Hello, my crafty friends. Kim McGillis here. October 31st. I'm joining you from Ontario, Canada. Let me just log on here. It's like raining here. Pouring rain. Ah, here I am alive. Perfect. Okay, so got a new collection today. I'm so excited to show you. So let's see, is this working? Hopefully. If ever you're watching live, please say hello. Please say where you're watching from. If you're catching the replay, please say replay. I would love to chat with you. So today is, here we go, I got it. Took a little while here. Today is the last day for the starter kit sale, so take advantage of it. I sent an email this morning, so if ever you have questions, you could always message me. So it's $48, and then you get $135 of, $165 of product. And there's no shipping fee, and also depending on the province, if you're in Canada, some provinces don't even charge tax. So $48 and you get $165 of product is amazing. If your list is longer, then you might want to choose the second option, which is $135, no tax. No shipping, and depending on the province, no tax possibly as well. And you get $252 of product. So that's a great deal. So if you have questions, today, October 31st is the last day. So many of you have taken advantage of this amazing deal. It's great to get a bunch of different things, including the advent calendar that's right here. So we are about to release a tutorial very shortly. So if ever you're signed up for my emails, you'll get that, a tutorial with the 12 days of the advent calendar. Me and my fellow demonstrators, friends from past and existing artisan design teams. So if ever you ordered the advent calendar, stay tuned, because you'll get to purchase, you'll have the option of purchasing this tutorial. If ever you're part of my team, this is free, so I will be sending that tutorial for you. And also, if ever you've purchased the advent calendar from me, then you will also get this tutorial for free. No worries, you don't need to purchase the tutorial that will be coming. Also, today's the last day for our Peaceful Garden Suite Collection tutorial that you could purchase if you want from anywhere across the globe. It just goes and adjusts to your currencies, and then it will be listed that you could still purchase it. But if ever you're placing a $65 order with me, if you're in Canada, you get that for free. If you're a team member, you get it for free. It's the same thing. And so tomorrow we'll be releasing a new tutorial with for November. So I'm very excited about that. So I can't wait to share with you. Alana's saying happy Halloween, happy Halloween. It's raining here. I still have to carve the pumpkin. I already have all the treats, piles of chips for the kids and stuff, but I don't know how it's going to be today because of the rain. And this is why I am in sweater weather. Like, I'm so cold. Like, I just feel like it's chilly. It's like, it's humid here in Ontario. And when I was in Saskatchewan last year, it was dry. So, and here it's dark in Ontario. It's still the same country. When we were in Saskatchewan last year, it's bright even in November, so, and dry. So I do miss some perks of Saskatchewan for sure. So if ever you're watching from Saskatchewan, I know you're getting great weather and the beautiful skies in the evening, and I miss that tremendously, but I'm happy to be home as well. Okay, so I do have a new collection to show you today. And it's just like a little sneak peek because I do have something coming in, a full class in November. I'm going all out. You're gonna get a wooden box decorated with all your treats inside. It's gonna be lots of fun. So if ever you're between Montreal and Ottawa, you can always come and stamp with me. I'm right in the dead center. I'm actually also like on the US side, like it's an hour away if ever you want to come, like the border part, if ever for certain areas near Ontario, that you could always come and stamp with me if you want. And if you want the starter kit, this kit to go, you'll be able to shop that. So stay tuned, there's more projects coming. So I have to stop talking here, so let's get crafting today. If you have questions, you can always put them as well. So I'm just going to tilt this down here, and then we'll just adjust as I go. And let me just make this a little bit more sturdy. I think it's not too bad. Sorry if I'm giving you like the dizzy spells here. It's like the mount is always good when I'm not moving it around, and then when I move it around it gets like super stiff. So I'm just gonna give it a nice little tug here. I think we're good now. Sorry about that. I know I should switch to another way, but this is the way that I'll be doing it for a little bit. Okay, and let's zoom in a little bit. Here we go. I think we're there. So last week I showed you a couple of projects. You remember, right? So with the branching out, and I had showcased you these cards. There's also a box. So if ever you had placed an order during the week, this is the collection that you're receiving, including the box. So that ended last Sunday. This week we're starting with a new collection, and the reason why I'm still showing these cards is we'll still be using these dies for today's project. So we are going to use the dies. There we go. Let me just toss this aside. So it's kind of nice. Hello, Joan. How are you? It's pouring rain here. I think it's because of the Melissa hurricane. That's why we're getting a lot of rain. I think that's what it is. So I'm just going to toss these aside, but I just want you to keep in mind that we are going to be using this beautiful trim right here. Okay, so today I'm going with the Jolly Delivery bundle. It's a North Pole Sweet Collection. It's kind of amazing. It has beautiful paper and also embellishments. So the embellishments, or the dots, are called Dear Dots. So here they are. Look at these beautiful tones. So if ever you do sign up for this class that's coming, you'll get these in your collection, as well as the Coordinating Designer Series paper. So just going to show you the paper. It is so pretty. Look at these little cars. And you know, if you've been following along, I have a white golden retriever, so this paper is going to be lots of fun for Riley to do little projects here and there. I don't know if you've ordered this collection, let me know. I would love to know, but you're getting this pack if ever you are participating at my class in November. And then these are all little die cut pieces, which are so wonderful. More paper here, more little die cuts. And I didn't include this paper in my product share. The reason why is because of all those little images, and I thought that you would want that. Joan is saying it's raining in Washington State as well for Halloween. You know, I hate that for the little kids. Look how pretty is this. These little houses, you know what they remind me of? Of the collection that we used to have that is now, I think, retired for good, but I feel like I want to take out those little houses. Let me think of the name. Stay here. I got it. I have it. I have it right here. Look, Let's Go Shopping was one collection, and then Shop the Town, and then it included dies. So if you have this, think about this beautiful paper. It coordinates. Sometimes it's good to take out the old stash, right? So there's also a fluffy white ribbon, which I don't know if I even ordered it because I don't see it. So I might not have it. I might, well, actually I did order it, but it's probably just not here yet. So, but keep that in mind that these two collections would work perfectly. So Stampin' Up, for the part of the artisan design team, had asked me to create a couple of projects featuring this collection. The only thing is I had to use different colors that are not included in this suite. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you a couple of techniques as well today. So I don't think I need this for now, but I've already pre-cut my pieces. I'm just going to toss this aside. So today I'm using basic beige, so very different. I need to zoom out a little bit here. Here we go. Just so we get to see pretty much part of it here. Okay, so we're just gonna go in half. So this is 4 1/4, sorry, by 5 1/2. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a fold here. And then let me grab my bone folder with papers from my dimensional, which are everywhere in the house. It's crazy. Chris is like, what the heck are all those little papers? They're everywhere. They're backing of dimensionals. I don't know. They follow me. I just don't know why. So then I've already done a fall class, and I used the autumn toile paper, so I decided to use my scraps. So if ever you have the autumn toile paper, it's perfect to make like fall Christmas cards. It's great for that. So I do have one piece here. So on this side it's pumpkins, so it's, if tomorrow you're switching to Christmas, then you know you could still use this side and there's no pumpkins on this side. Okay, so this piece is just gonna go right here. You can either glue it directly on, or you could pop it up. I'm just gonna glue it directly on. So Joan is saying, love this set, except the kitty is weird. You know what? I didn't even notice that the kitty was weird because, I don't know, I'm like a dog lover and I used the bear. I did use the kitty. He's happy, or he might be drunk. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he's got this little grin on his face, right? Okay, so now I want to show you you know, sometimes Stampin' Up has these products and you don't even know they exist. And you're like, how could I have missed this? So I don't know if you've noticed, it's called Silent Snowfall 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. So I decided to use that. It has these embossed snowflake, which is perfect for lots of different things. And mine is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Actually 4 3/4. Okay, so 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So I was like, oh, this looks bright and beautiful, so might as well use that as well, because it coordinates and it's nice. So I said, why not create a ombre look with this? So you could add some ink on there and create an ombre look of your choice. So I'm gonna grab this part. And just gonna grab a sheet here, because I could be messy, right? So let's grab one of those sheets right here. My color focuses today are Early Espresso, Gray Granite, and Basic Beige. So we are going to be blending the colors in the background. So I am going to go with Gray Granite first. Brand new blending brush. Oh my goodness, how fun is that? Okay, so let's start always on your side just to remove that excess ink. And we are just gonna add these on top of that beautiful snowfall paper. Now let's do a lighter layer. Right on top here. So imagine using these colors with the coordinates with the collection. I'm just going with this neutral look, but you could do whatever you want. So now I'm just adding basic beige. It makes these snowflakes pop up, and it just helps you highlight your beautiful paper. So I don't know if you get to see, but there's a bunch of different tones here. So that's how I did my ombre. So you could do it with blue if you're doing a blue sky. So it's optional, like you could choose whatever you want. So you know my staple, I always like to use my stamping blends. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of specks here. And it's like almost a different paper. So you could use that snowfall paper with any color that you want, not just a blah little color, like neutral, like I'm doing right here. So we are gonna just place these right here. My goodness, I'm running low on dimensionals. When you're using your bones, you know that it's time to get a new pack of dimensionals. I think dimensionals is one of the things I use the most. The glue will last longer, but the dimensionals, it's like they don't, it's like I always need a new pair. So here we go, very neutral. Now comes our dies from last week. So here are the dies that we used last week. These are a must. I told you they're called the branching out dies. So you do get them in a bunch of different sizes. I'm just going to use, actually, just to let you know, it's number 2 and number 3 when you're going from the inside, okay? So number 2 and number 3, and we're going to create that little frame like we did the last time. So I'm just going to use a scrap piece of basic white. And I'm going to create my frame. So isn't it fun? If you're layering 2, you get that frame look. So I find it's kind of cool. Perfect. So don't toss the middle part. We are going to need this middle part. Just leave it right here. And then this is our little frame right here. So you could do it in any size that you want. I'm choosing this size right here. And then let's grab again our basic beige. We're just gonna add some basic beige right in there. If you want a cleaner look that it's just white, you could just leave it white if you want. Okay, and now again, I'm just gonna go here and add a little bit of speck, not too much, but just slightly. Perfect, so we got this part done. So now I'm gonna mount this part with the bones of my dimensionals. Black. The black ones I don't use a lot, but I was like, okay, let's use whatever scraps we have so I don't have 20 packs of dimensionals that are open here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go a little bit tilted this way. And then this is gonna be our frame. It's just gonna go like, it's like a crooked frame. If you're like, oh, Kim, I don't like crooked stuff, then you could just leave it straight. It's up to you. I'm going all out, going crooked. And then don't add too much glue. Just a little bit of a drop here and there. So I'm gonna go this way actually. And I'm just layering it slightly off-centered here. So that's great. Now the stamping comes. I'm gonna use the bear because he's like adorable. Mine is switch colors. Don't mind that. It's because I've used it lots and lots and lots. I had to prepare for my next class, so I needed to do it. And it's a bit colorful. So we're gonna stamp him in an early espresso. You can do, if you want, you can do the bear in Stays On Tuxedo Black ink. I like early espresso, and the reason why is because I feel like it just makes it a little more neutral, not as much of a pop-up. So that is why I choose that, but it's up to you. You could do what you want. I'm gonna bring back this paper and I'm gonna stamp another one. And this is just so our little gifts will coordinate with our backing. So Carol is saying that I like having the black dimensional option, use them often. I love that. And then Joan is saying she never noticed that textured paper. And that's why I'm bringing it up. Sometimes I, myself, have trouble finding, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know that existed. Like, I wasn't sure. So it's kind of nice for me to show different ways and things that there might be in a catalog that we don't even know about, right? So happens to everyone. Now all our little critters have coordinating dies, which I love. So no fussy cutting, because you know I'm a fussy cutter. I fussy cut a lot, but not everybody loves the fussy cutting. So I am gonna go, oh my goodness, I think my bear, I remember now, I think I put my bear upstairs. This is horrible. So, okay, there is a die to fussy cut your bear, but don't do what I do. Just do what I say. I left it upstairs. I said to myself, I was not gonna do this and leave everything behind and down here, and then here I am. So, okay, guys, I'm fussy cutting the bear. Actually, I don't really need that part. I just need the gift, so. This is so horrible. But you have an existing die. I'd have to go like 3 flights of stairs up, so I'm not going to do that to you because then you'll be waiting here for nothing. You're probably laughing. Oh my gosh, she has to fussy cut. As soon as I opened the dies, I was like, oh my goodness. I left my die upstairs. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna stamp up there, but I do still stamp up there. Okay, so we have our little gifts. So Celia said she never used to be, but grew to do it because they weren't dies. Haha. Yeah, well, anyways, the bear does come with a die, so don't do what I do. It's me that's like left it up there in my office. It's like when I do my photos. So it's not because I stamped up there, actually. It's because I did some photos and I took out the bear. And I was like, okay, bring the bear back down. The other day, I had to send a message. And by the way, my Instagram followers are the best. So there was like a die or a stamp. I can't remember. I didn't know where it went. I'm like trying to put everything away, but I just couldn't remember where it went. So I just messaged, and then boom, maybe like 2 minutes later, somebody knew exactly which stamp set it was from. I was like, oh, thank goodness. But I always look normally if everything is there, accounted for. It's like the advent calendar, same thing. It comes with I'm not gonna say what because in case you got the advent calendar, but one of them disappeared. I'm like, I looked through the floor, looked everywhere, then whoops, there it was, stuck on the back of my phone. It's like they have a way of creeping out on us, including the papers of dimensionals. Like we had one in bed. Like seriously, Chris is like, he doesn't even know what the papers of dimensionals are. He's like, why is there this everywhere in the house? I was like, they just follow me. They follow my socks. Okay, so let's pretend, you know what? It's like I'm Stampin' Up right now. Sometimes it happens when they do their presentations that they forget something. This is me today. Like I just forgot. I'm like, okay, the bear is upstairs, but you will not have to do this step. You won't need to cut. So before, well, actually I could glue my little gifts. I am gonna pop these little gifts, but isn't it fun if ever you have scrap pieces of designer series paper, you can use your designer series paper and cut. So now my bear coordinates with the backing of my paper and is just gonna sit right there. Celia says, not worth the 3 flights of stairs. You know what? I've been walking every day and it's raining here badly. So I was like, I can't walk outside. Like it's crazy. I saw 100%. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I need to go do my steps. So maybe Celia, I will go, but not while I'm doing the video. So I keep you hanging here. So I'm just coloring with my stamping blends. No fussy, fancy cutting. I went with the light one. And this tip is starting to, I have 2, so it's kind of nice, but I feel like this tip is starting to get tired here. So I like to leave a little bit of spacing there. I'm like a beginner. Like I don't have these fancy techniques. So if ever you're looking for fancy techniques, I'm not the girl for that. So I'm just gonna go color here. I do love leaving a little bit of white spacing though. Here we go. Now I'm just gonna switch sides so I can finish with the more, see it goes well on the other side. I don't know. Gray granite is a color that I use a lot. I don't know if you do, but I love neutrals. So I use gray granite a lot. Beverly's saying, good thing you like fussy cutting. Yeah. And really it's because I did photos. When I did photos for Stampin' Up, I brought the bear. So in the background, you might see a bear or something. But I do love fussy cutting. But as I get older, this lady turned 50. I think I need glasses. So fussy cutting might not be as easy as we think. Let's grab some petal pink, because he deserves to have that little pink ear. And then let's grab, I'm just gonna go delicately. The 0.4 journaling pens have been my new go-to that I use a lot for a little intricate coloring, and that's how I'm gonna use and color his little nose. So we have this part right here. Our little bear is just gonna sit right there. Now I am gonna use some basic beige ribbon. But if you guys have the white one that goes with the collection, it might be a great option, right? It's just I don't have it yet. It's coming. It says November 4th, but it was in Windsor, Ontario, so I'm assuming I'll get it before November 4th. So I'm hoping actually that I get it before that, so I could just use the white one. But in the meantime, the basic beige goes with the background on my card, so I'm happy with that. So this is like a little teaser for you, but I can't wait to give you another teaser with the full collection for my class for November. I think these could be used for like, doesn't need to be like a young child or anything like that, but this collection, like if you mail a lot of cards, just those little letters is so pretty, and we could blend them with lots more collections out there too. Okay, so we've got this little strip right here. I'm gonna add another strip right down here, not too long, but just slightly right here. There we go. And I'm just lacing this step. My scissors. If you're like around Montreal, Ottawa, and you know somebody that sharpens scissors, I would love to bring my 25 or 300 pair of scissors to have them all sharpened. It would be great. Message me, please. I used to attend some events where there'd be like a scissor sharpener, and then it was great, so I'm overdue for that. So here's our little bear. It's just gonna go right there. I do like to leave a little bit of spacing, but I feel like it was missing a little bit of color. It's gonna lighten up. And so we have that part done. Now, let me grab, I wish I could grab water right now, but these are the traditions of Christmas blings. I'm going to add one that's tucked under right here that we see like half of a bling. Look at that. Like, isn't that perfect? Remember, I'm going neutral here. And then we're just gonna add another one, maybe like here. And then I'm gonna go with a jumbo because I don't have the babies anymore. I love to use the mini babies, but I'm out. So let's use a big one, which I'm gonna place actually about, I'm gonna try to tuck him half since it's so huge, actually here. But I'm gonna hide him a little bit because he's too big for me. I use the big ones for other things, which you'll see maybe on another day. Here we go. See, it was so big that I needed to like go. So Celia's saying, I almost lost it when my 17-year-old was going to use the scissors to open a box. That is me, Celia. Like, I freak out, except that it's not kids in our house. It's my husband. He thinks he could use my crafting scissors for anything. And then he thinks I'm losing my mind, but it's a crafting thing, right? We don't want anybody to do that to our scissors. Now, which greeting are we going to use? I'm going to go over here with some basic beige. I have to say, basic beige and early espresso are fabulous colors together. So you might want to look into that. And it is so pretty. It's a great combo. Great, great, great combo. So let's do, I'm gonna do Merry Christmas. Yep, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and happy wishes. So I'm going with early espresso. This could be a cute baby card. If somebody just had a baby, it would be great as well. You would just need to change your greeting. So here we go. Merry Christmas and happy wishes. So I don't know. I find that it's a great color combo together. Carol says her kids knew that using the ribbon scissors would be a big no-no. So I identify. Yes, you're back. I'm sorry about that. So I might have lost a couple of you. I got a call. So when I got a call, it seemed like it cut, but it says it was poor internet. So if ever we've lost each other, I am back. I was like wishing. So here's our Merry Christmas. See how early espresso and gray granite goes so well together? gonna give it a little tug here so it's like curvy, like this. I'm gonna snip the end because I don't have lots of room. There we go. It's just gonna go right there. We were talking about before the internet went crazy, scissors, the big no-nos. You wouldn't let anybody use your scissors. Here we go. So now we have our wish right there. And then I'm going to show you another thing that I do with my scrap. So I'm going to use this pattern, which comes from the same series of paper. Okay, I have a full sheet, but if ever you have lots of scraps, this is something I do often. I'm gonna create that fake ribbon loop. Here we go. And grab my bone folder, give it a nice big twirl here. I'm gonna glue the two pieces together. And then I'm gonna tuck it on the inside. It's like a little tab, so I'm gonna just put this right here. I wish there was more brown that showed, but anyways, it is what it is. So it's like a little tab. It's like a fake ribbon, so just kind of cute. So here is the finished card with our ombre look. So you'll want to look at that paper. Lots of textures right here. And then I'm going to show you other little projects. So with the same collection, you could do boxes. So here's one of the boxes that I made using the same paper, and I added here, look how cute they are. And then it closes like this, so it's the same collection. And then mine could have tucked it a little bit better, but it's like a little heart, and then you have the coordinating little boxes. You could add something on the backing of it or the front. So that's one of the dies that you can make things with. So imagine when we're going to use them with red. So here is the pattern. See, you see that I've just cut it there. So it's kind of fun. And then you have different little shapes. This shape, and this shape that you could do for this part right there. And then instead of just doing something plain, I decided to do the entire gang where you could pull all in the open, just like a full collection. So I thought it would be fun to do that. You could make it Christmassy, you could put pictures on there, or you could even put some greetings and some words in there. So I just thought that it would be kind of great. And I just want to say, if ever you're wondering, because I know people always ask me these questions, this is 2 3/4, and it's a full sheet that is 11 long, I think. So like if ever you need to snip, and then I scored at 2.5 all the way. So something fun that you could do with a collection. Imagine a Christmas one like that. So I like tucked it in here. You could just tuck in half and then have that piece pop up. So we are staying in these neutral colors because that's what Stampin' Up! Had asked me to do for my projects. I had colored like with the coordinating colors here. I used some crumb cake. I used some old olive, gray granite, and secret seafoam. Seafoam? Yeah, I can't even remember it. Yeah, so that's one of the collections I did. And then I made this little card, which is great for money if you want to put some money in there, or you want to, look at this, there's a bear in here. If you want to just put a gift card. So this is fun. Now look, the bear is on the opposite side. Do you know how I did that? Do you know how I made this? I would love to know. So I just use my silicone mask. So if you use your silicone mask, you could stamp the image and then just press on it, and then it will transfer to the other side. Beverly's saying, so cute, great idea for my great granddaughter. Absolutely, you could do this in pink. It would look so fabulous in pink or different colors, and then just do nice little cards for. It's like almost like it's reverse stamping for sure. So, and then this one I had colored with the crumb cake instead. So using that silicone mask is great to do this little option. I really wanted the bear to follow along all the other critters, so I said, or animals or furry friends. So I decided to just do that technique, and the silicone mask is great for that. So these are my projects for today. If you're ordering from me for $60, you're going to be getting all these pieces sent to you. I do not stamp for you, so you will have to stamp on your own. But this is what is my special for the week until Sunday. And if you are catching the replay, please say replay. Don't forget the starter kit is on sale until today, October 31st. And if you're from Canada, you could always join with me. Just look for Kim McGillis, or you could even see it on my website, kimmcgillis.com. Enjoy your day, everyone. I am going to go walk the dog in the rain, and I am going to go pull that die so we have it back here, so I'm not doing some fussy cutting. So sorry if it cut off. Sometimes the internet will bug. So have a great day, everyone. See you next Friday. Bye-bye.